Welcome to the Campus Edge, a production of Butler Community College.
Produced by students for everyone.
And this week we're at BG Products Veteran Sports Complex.
So let's get this started as the Campus Edge hits the road. How do you think we should start our second to last show of the semester, Elijah?
Why don't we start off with something athletic? We are in a sports complex after all.
Good point. How about my story on the Eldorado half marathon?
You know, I don't have any problems with that, as long as I don't have to do any running.
Physical activity isn't your strong suit, is it?
Not if it involves sweat. Anyways, let's get the show going.
I'm Campus Edge reporter Emily Jardon, and I'm up bright and early for the Eldorado half marathon, 1 mile and 5K races. And the runners are checking in here at the train depot before the race starts at 8. The course will highlight all of downtown Eldorado. Let's go take a look.
I have, I typically run Ironman. It's fun. And I've run this year, or this race previously. So I've been training off and on since, well, I pretty much don't stop training. It's the fun part. Marathon, I do the swim, bike, and run just to kind of balance the training. Well, first, it's for a good cause. Brandy does a great job with events, so I love being out here. I like doing the local races. They're fun to get out and just be part of the community, either running or giving back volunteering, so that's what I enjoy about it.
As a runner, and I've run a lot of other races, I feel like it's important to give back and to be a volunteer for other races, to cheer people on. When you run a race, there's nothing worse than seeing volunteers who just stand there and are not excited to be there. So for me, it's about getting out there and being excited. I signed up for my first half marathon. That was something I never thought I would ever do. I was never a runner. I wasn't a track star. I never did any of those things and was not an athlete in high school. And when I signed up, decided to go ahead and go for my first half marathon, I decided it needed to be for a reason other than just for myself. My husband had been diagnosed with leukemia prior to that, and so I decided to join Team in Training and do my first half marathon with them. So I did a training plan with them the first time. Just run with your heart. Remember, when you think you can't do it anymore, you have to just keep going. There's people out there that have tougher battles, and this battle only lasts for so long. There is a finish line, and once you cross it, the feeling of accomplishment is so much greater than the feeling of being cold or tired or worn out or feeling like you just can't keep going on. So just keep going.
A portion of the runners' entry fees will be going back to the Eldorado school districts. It's been a cold day for running, but there's nothing better than a supportive community. For BCTV Channel 20, I'm Emily Jardon. What a great group of people. Their love for the community really shows through.
I'd really love to take part next time, as long as they let me ride in a car next to them.
You know, Zeb could probably help you with that.
Why would I want to ride in a car with Zeb? His taste in music is horrible.
Well, how about taking a ride with Trooper Ben? Zeb did, and he thought it was great.
I don't think it's normal for someone to want to be in the back of a cop car.
Then we'll make sure you ride up front.
I'm Zeb Campbell from BCTV Channel 20. I did a little ride-along with Trooper Ben and asked him about his recent Twitter fame and asked him some questions that you're not really supposed to ask a trooper.
Wait, you might not know who Trooper Ben is. Let me explain. Trooper Ben, or @TrooperBenKHP on Twitter, is the Kansas Highway Patrol Public Informant Officer for Troop C in North Central Kansas. He has been with the KHP for 19 years and counting, saying,
in the beginning, I loved, wearing the uniform and making a difference. But through the years, I think it goes into focus more. You really have a better understanding of what impact you have on people. When you're a young trooper, you're out turning and burning and cuffing and stuffing, and you're out there making a difference. But I don't know if you truly realize the effect you're having on your community or for the agency or the state of Kansas until you get some years of service in, and then you start realizing, man, this does have some impact. It's really making a difference.
Trooper Ben has not only made a difference just in his community, but nationwide with his acceleration lane video that has over 7.6 million views.
It's called an acceleration lane, people. When you get into the interstate, you've got to accelerate to be at the same speed that people are traveling on the interstate. I'm not telling you to jack up your speed and go way above the speed limit. Don't do that. But I need you to be going the speed limits as you merge into traffic, because it totally jacks everybody up that's in the lanes traveling down the road.
But that's not the only thing Trooper Ben is known for. He's known for his seatbelt advocacy. He always reminds us to put on our seatbelt every day. With that being said, that brings us to our next Trooper Ben explosion. From a connection from somebody telling Eric Stonestreet, to follow Trooper Ben, a connection was made, and then this happened. I will donate $1 for every follower Trooper Ben gets in the next 24 hours to the SAFE program in Kansas, with a donation not exceeding $10,000. Trooper Ben replied to Eric Stonestreet 24 hours later with 10,010 new followers on his Twitter, and then this happened. But he was only kidding. If you haven't already, go ahead and give @TrooperBenKHP a follow on Twitter, because I know you won't regret it. And now for the moment we've all been waiting for.
No, that is by far the number one question that I get in this uniform, is how fast can I go before I get a speeding ticket? And I answer it the same way every time, which is, you'll know it when you cross that limit, because I'll be behind you, stopping you and talking to you at the time.
From BCTV Channel 20, I'm Zeb Campbell.
We have more great stories coming up after the break. Be sure to stick around for a look at some interesting places to visit.
Hi! Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help.
You were probably going to turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right.
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home.
I blew on him.
Man, we're really flying through this show. We need to get out of the studio more often.
Speaking of flying, let's go to our next story about what's new at the Exploration Place.
You're talking about the new flight and traveling exhibit.
Yep, and I heard they are featuring more interactive style to these displays.
Mia Rodriguez has a talent for finding great activities for the whole family.
I agree, and we can all use entertainment ideas that everyone can enjoy.
Hi, I'm Campus Edge reporter Mia Rodriguez here at Exploration Place to see all the exhibits and all the programs they have to offer.
Christina Bummel, Exploration Place, Director of Marketing. So at Exploration Place, if you haven't been here lately, we have all new exhibits. Almost everything here is virtually new. So if you're planning a visit with your family this summer, be sure to stop by here. Our newest exhibit, of course, this is where we are right now, is Design, Build, Fly, which is all about aviation right here in Wichita, what happens right here. You can actually enter the exhibit area, and it's as though you're walking into an aircraft plant. So it talks all about how airplanes are put together, the engineering and manufacturing behind that process. So you get to do all kinds of really fun things in this area here at Exploration Place. So that's wonderful. Right now we have our traveling exhibit called Rescue, which is how emergency personnel use their skills and technology to save people. Rescue is here until May 6th. Then it actually leaves, and we're getting a great new exhibit for the summer called Planet Shark, Predator or Prey. That opens Memorial Day weekend. One exhibit, we have other exhibit areas. One is called Explore Kansas, all about our state's geography. Another one is a 3-story kids castle with all kinds of really fun things to do in each exhibit, in each level of the exhibit. You get to launch a catapult, you get to build a bridge, you get to solve 3D puzzles. So the castle exhibit is very popular for us. If you have a young child that's 5 years and younger, there's actually an area called Kansas Kids Connect, and that's all for little younger tots. It's actually enclosed, so you can actually let your little kids run around, little babies can crawl around and feel safe. And it's all about how food grows in our state and farm to table, really, and they get to do all kinds of really fun things for little ones. And then, of course, we have our brain teasers, which people love our brain teasers. And we have Big Mouth, which teaches you how to take care of your teeth and gums and really oral hygiene in general to prevent yourself having to go to the dentist. So again, lots of really fun hands-on exhibits that are tied to STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, and math. We're all about that here at Exploration Place, and it's you learn with fun, hands-on fun.
My name is Jennifer Hawkins. I am a Public Programs Associate here at Exploration Place. And one of the things that we are doing is working with the public to do lots of different hands-on activities and engagements to really get them involved and try to make education a little fun for everybody that comes in. So one of the things that we are doing in here right now is we are focusing on tie-ins with our new aviation area Design, Build, Fly, and talking specifically about what we would use to work on airplanes. In particular, one of the activities we've got right now is we are actually using the rivet gun and teaching our visitors, both young and old, how to use the drill gun and the rivet gun together to actually create pieces that they can attach together using the equipment, and giving them an opportunity to kind of get the feel for what the folks working on the airplanes are actually doing. And a lot of that also is giving them a chance to learn about new tools. We also have other activities as well involving bending wire and metal, just like they would for different parts of the airplanes. We're also doing a little bit with a mechanical test, which is actually designed to help the mechanics practice and see how fast they can put in different pieces and parts, including the nuts and bolts, and get everything attached, even if they can't necessarily see the backside of what they're doing, which they might not be able to sometimes when they're working with the airplanes. One of the other things that we do have is we have our live science shows, which are actually included with exhibit admission on the weekends in particular right now, and over the summer they'll be daily. And right now we have one that is flight related called Fright Control, to kind of help people get over a fear of flying potentially by showing how things actually work and how safe they really are. And we also have another one that's much more hardcore science with our What's the Matter, talking about matter and how matter works and the different states of matter. And we get some volunteers to kind of help us out and do some kind of cool experiments with the audiences. We also have interactive demonstration carts out on our floor area that we pull out in our grand hall and in different exhibit galleries, doing activities that relate to each of the different galleries that they're in. And some of those are just designed to grab your attention, pull you in, and get you thinking about the things you're looking at and playing with, and kind of give that little bit of science edge to it without trying to push it too hard, make it very educational but very, very fun to keep you engaged.
Of our exhibits, we have a wonderful asset that a lot of people don't know about, which is our digital dome theater. We recently upgraded our equipment in the dome theater, so the projection of all the films, they're just magnificent. So Exploration Place is located in Wichita, downtown Wichita, very easy to get to. We're right off Seneca and McLean. During the summer, we're open from Monday through Saturday, 10 to 5, and Sunday from noon to 5.
So there you have it, a Cyberdome Theater, tons of interactive exhibits. Come on down, see a show, play around. For BCTV Channel 20, I'm Mia Rodriguez.
With 2 features left, we are coming close to the end, but stick around. The tradition continues after the spot break.
Well, Thomas, you've got pre-diabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have pre-diabetes. Big time.
Oh, look, a redhead. Staring contest. got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
They were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Were you able to go out and see Antigone recently? I heard it was great.
I heard that too. I wanted to see it, but I had to work on our next story.
Right, you and Zach got a tour of the Eldorado Performing Arts Center. I've been looking forward to seeing what they've done with the place.
It was a great experience, and I can't wait to see the finished product.
Well, what are you waiting for? Let's check it out.
I'm Elijah Pykiet.
And I'm Zach Schwarzenberger.
Recently, we got the opportunity to check out the newly renovated Performing Arts Center.
And the revival of this building is nothing short of incredible.
Let's check it out.
Performing Arts Center will be in the historic auditorium, which will remain similar to what it has been in the past, of course, with new lights and new sound, and a bigger stage with a larger access to a backstage area. The backstage area is actually about 1/3 of the former gym. We've raised that floor, brought that up, added a big stage door to the back of the stage so that we have a good set construction area and backstage area to that historic auditorium. The remainder of the building, a lot of that instructional wing was taken down. The east side of the building was taken down to allow approximately 170 parking spaces on site. The only other piece of the building that remains is the former band room, which becomes a rehearsal space and is the same size as the stage. The thing I like best about the program is that it makes wonderful use of a historic facility that has great significance in our community.
I love the hall that we'll be singing in. I love how they're keeping a lot of the painting and the things that I've done, and it looks really old. I love how it's going to be more intimate, but there's still going to be a lot of seating for parents. And I love that there's going to be rooms and places that the kids can sit behind the scenes rather than in the audience. Right now, the students have to sit in the audience and then we take them out of the chairs and move them all the way down into the front where they have to walk on the risers. But here we're able to get kids from behind the stage and go on like a real performance, and I think that's going to make it even more significant and cool for them. I'm looking forward to going to more of the orchestra performances and the band performances. As elementary school teachers, we all go and support each other, but it's going to be really fun to see the kids in this new hall doing different kinds of things, and also to see what the community will bring into the Performing Arts Center.
I would say the best thing I think is, there's a rehearsal hall that used to be the old band room, and it is set to look exactly like the stage. I think that is a really neat thing for the building, especially for the young students who need to practice being in this space but maybe won't be able to use the stage space because something might be there. So it's nice to have the kids be able to use a rehearsal space that looks just like what they're going to be on when they are on stage. I just think it's a really wonderful thing that our community is going to be getting to use.
Jobs for America's Graduates is a program that we participate in. It's a statewide program. It's actually a nationwide program, but we have Jobs for America's Graduates in Kansas. That program we've partnered with for the last 2 or 3 years. It is targeting students who might be at risk of dropping out, provides them with a lot of civic engagement types of activities. They have competitions. We have a specialist, a JAG specialist who works with our students. They also operate our entrepreneur program at Extend, which is an in-house business, helps prepare students for the workforce, and it's a popcorn business. It's called Old Town Popcorn. JAG operates that program for us. Those JAG students operate that program. They also have an in-house laundry service that we received through a special grant last year, I believe was the first year for that, where students can anonymously bring laundry in if they don't have laundry facilities at home, and the JAG students take care of that laundry service and then anonymously drop that back in the locker where they've dropped it off, and students have access then to clean clothing.
Well, it seems like there are a lot of great things going on at the Performing Arts Center here in Eldorado.
This is Campus Edge reporter Zach Schwarzenberger.
And Elijah Pykiet.
I love doing our show in the great outdoors.
And with winter finally gone, we can enjoy the warmth of spring.
Of course, the heat of summer is just around the corner, and we're going to need something to keep us cool.
When I think of summer, a cool soda comes to mind.
And when I think of fun and unusual soda, Rocket Fizz is the place.
Reporter Naomi Potter went to Rocket Fizz in Wichita to see what sets them apart from the average soda store.
Hello, I'm Campus Edge reporter Naomi Potter, and I am doing my stand-up without makeup because I'm hardcore that way. I am currently at Rocket Fizz, which is in Wichita, and they have really cool sodas and candies and interesting stuff. And behind me is, that's a unicorn, because I wanted to touch it. So let's go see what Rocket Fizz has to offer.
Very interesting. Lots of questions about, the different sodas. I'm learning more about the sodas, flavors, and barf, pickle, a lot of different root beers, a lot of cream sodas. We have a can that's called a fart can, makes different sounds and stuff. That's a good seller. The cap guns, they go in spurts, more in the summer. Our bulk taffy is probably our biggest seller, and the bulk candy. My sister owns it. She asked me to come to work for her, so I said yes. She'd seen one somewhere, and she says, I want a candy store. And it was 2 years in the making. It took her 2 years to get it done. We always tell them Greenwich in '96, because this is such a new, upcoming area. Sundays are 11 to 7, the rest of the week's 11 to 8. But beginning April 1st, Friday and Saturdays, we will be open till 9.
Just look at that unicorn. It's so majestic. I felt like it needed commentary. It needed me to horribly maneuver this camera for all of you to see it. There it is. What? Nothing. Look at it. It's so beautiful. Look at that. Look at that.
The thing I like most about Rocket Fizz is that it has stuff that you've never seen before in regards to soda and candy, and everything is so uniquely different that once you find it, then it's just like it clicks, and I don't know, it's just something so cool about being in like an actual candy shop. I love the Calypso lemonades and like the vintage sodas that they have, and candies. I love how they have an array of like gummies, but they also have chocolate candies, and they just have like a whole line of taffies, because I can give taffy as presents then. Buttons. My purse holds lots of buttons, and they always have different buttons to buy.
And that brings us to the end of our second to last show of Spring 2018.
Maybe you learned something new, or were reminded about an old favorite. Either way, we love finding these stories and bringing them to you.
We only have one more show for the semester, and then we have to say goodbye to my great co-host, Emily Jardon.
I'm not done yet, and neither is the Campus Edge. We'll have to see how our last show goes, and then you can cry about me leaving.
If you want to see this episode again, tune in weekdays at 11 a.m. or see previous shows at 6:30 p.m. on BCTV Channel 20.
Or you can check them all out on our YouTube channel, Butler Student Media.
This has been
The Campus Edge.